Hey everybody, as promised, it's Monday night and what am I doing? I'm baking. I'm getting ready to make a snack to take into work tomorrow. So it's not just a snack for me though, it's a snack for everyone in my office, and I've been doing this since last August. And it's turned out to be a lot of fun. One of the reasons I do it, the biggest reason I do it actually, is because I love to bake. But when I bake, I want to have some place to take it. I'm only one person and I don't want to eat all that food by myself. So I got a buy-in from all the folks in my office. There's at least 10 of us. And every week I put it out there and I say, okay, what does everybody want for Tuesday tea? This week the choice was zucchini bread. So what I've done is I've taken the liberty of measuring everything out already, but I'll walk you through the process, okay? Zucchini bread is kind of like banana bread, only it's not, it's with zucchini. Okay, so next to me, I'll show you the big boy mixer I have here. It's a 6-quart KitchenAid mixer that I bought a number of years ago. And I still remember when I bought it, the store that was selling the KitchenAids that year, KitchenAid had decided most of the stuff was going to be in navy blue. And believe it or not, people were not buying the navy blue. They didn't like it. I picked up this 6-quart artisan mixer for $189. True facts, I can't make it up. So it's been with me a long time and I love it. It works like a gem. So to start with, we're going to put on the paddle attachment here onto the mixer. And next we're going to add in the oil and the sugar. And we're just going to go ahead and put them both in together. I'm going to lift up the handle and we're going to put it on a low speed. And we're just going to let that mix up until it's fully incorporated. I hope you can see that very well. So we're going to let that go for a couple minutes and I'm going to walk you through some of the other things that I've been working on too. In another cup, I have a cup and a half of flour. And in that, I've put in a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a quarter of a teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon each of baking soda and baking powder. We'll be adding that shortly. I also have 1 egg and 1 cup, of course, of zucchini. Now, the interesting thing about zucchini is you need 1 cup shredded for this recipe, but you have to be careful with it because you can't just add it in. Zucchini has a lot of water in it. So what you need to do is to put it like I did, and I'm going to show you right now. Put it in some paper towels. So you can get out that excess water, because if you just put it in with just the way it is, it's going to make the bread really soggy. And it's going to give you an uneven bake. Sometimes when you're baking zucchini bread, it can almost look dented in the middle. And that means that it never bakes off and it kind of comes out raw. So we want to make sure that we've drained as much water out of it as possible. Let's take a look again at our sugar and oil and see how it's coming along. So it looks really good in there. So let's go ahead and add the egg. And we're just going to let that mix up until it's fully incorporated. I'm going to take a couple of minutes. But you know, one of the other things you might want to do when you're working with a mixer like this, it's always important to have a rubber spatula. And it's okay to stop it and just scrape down the sides, because sometimes things get pushed out to the side and it needs a little help. So we're just going to scrape this down. Get that in there. And start it up again. And just let that go until the egg is fully incorporated. Another couple of minutes. So I've added in the zucchini now, and as you can see, it's mixing up pretty good with the oil, the egg, and the sugar. And we're just going to let that go for a minute, not too long, because the more you mix it, the more water it releases. And then we're going to add in our dry mixture, which is the flour, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, and nutmeg. So we're just going to add that in a little bit at a time. Oops. And let that mix up. And that looks really good. You don't want to overmix it because, again, overmixing gives the zucchini releases a lot of water. So we don't want that to happen. So that actually looks really good right now. So we're going to stop the mixer and we're going to put it in our prepared pan that I have buttered and coated with flour for easy release. This loaf bakes for 55 to 60 minutes at 350 and should slide right out of the pan.